All right, acrylic from Australia. Welcome to my video. This is a replay of a live I did. And I'm going to do a simple sky for beginners, but it's going to be a realistic looking sky. And I want you to know that you can do this, okay? And I'm going to show you how I do it. Now, there are a lot of people out there that want to blend clouds the way I do. They want to do skies the way I do. So this, and watch and study it, how to paint a sky like, say, me, for instance, if you want to blend the way I do. Now, I'm going to show you exactly what I use, what brushes I use, what I don't use, and you need to keep an eye on this video, just how much paint I'm putting on the brush, if it's at the tip, if it's all the way down, how much is on the actual colour there as well. Right, we've got a few people there watching. Hello, everybody. Now, obviously, I've got a good quality canvas, okay? Artist quality canvas. It will be glued onto a board later on. Now, grab yourself some craft paint, student paint, poster paint, okay? You need this for the base of the sky. It's not a gesso. I'm not gesso priming the canvas. The canvas is already gesso primed, okay? And I've got some clear medium retarder. This slows down the drying time of acrylic paint. And this paint here in this bottle is more creamier and softer than what comes out of this artist quality paint here in my tube here. Now, I want to show you the brushes I'm going to use for this video. This is a very knowledgeable video for you people who want to paint cracking hot skies, and they're bloody easy to do. So I've got my putter on a brush to put the paint on, and I've got a blending brush. These are the ones I've got here. They're very easy to use. Now, a friend of mine put me onto why I'm doing this video, because she got this brush, but she said, well, it's obviously not the brush, it's the person using it. So I want to make this video to show her and others that you can do it. Now, I use fan brushes to put the clouds on, and I use these brushes to blend it. Now, you've got quite a few different fan brushes. You got these ones here. They're very soft, and when you wet them, they finger up. Where are we? Look at that, they get like fingers on them, okay? You don't want these kind of fan brushes. So these three here, they're soft ones. You don't want them. Not if you want to paint skies the way I do. I have a few followers and they want to replicate the skies I do. So if you want to paint the way I do, this video is for you. Now, I've got a small fan brush for adding the yumminess, and these are hog bristle fan brushes. They're more firm and stiff, so I can stamp that cloud footprint onto the canvas, okay? Different sizes there, even got like a middle one here, so I might use those two for now. So you pretty much got, you put her on, you're going to stamp the cloud on, you're going to blend it, and this is to put the base on. So let's get started. I'll move my coffee out the way, and everything I'm going to do in here, I'm going to try and do in real time for you. All right, so I've got my craft paint. Now, you want to paint a sky like Ianapolis? Okay, grab yourself some craft paint. You can buy it online if you don't have it in your store. Okay, so I need enough for the... Now, your sky might be half or full canvassed. Now, I've got retarder. This slows down the drying time. Look how much I'm adding to that pile of paint, okay? Probably about that much. If it's overly hot and dry, you might have to add more. Everything I'm doing in this video is a procedure you can practice on its own, as well as the whole video itself. Now, I'm picking up my putter on a brush and I'm mixing that retarder with this craft paint. See how like runny? That's why a lot of people ask for flow paint. It's not called flow white, but I just call it that because it's more flowy. But it's craft paint, poster paint, student paint. Okay, and you can buy it even in those $2 shops. Now, I've mixed that up with the retarder there. See the consistency of it? It's like a bit of a sloppy yogurt. Okay, doesn't matter how much is on my brush there, but I want to get that onto the canvas now and just crisscross it into the canvas. I'll do the whole footprint of this canvas. I don't know, I might use it in a later tutorial on how to paint trees or something, who knows. It won't go to waste. So I'm just pushing it on in the corners. I'm not worried about all those brush strokes. And this putter on a brush, it puts the paint on. Look how quick that got on. I'm getting it right off the brush now. Now you don't want to leave that on there like that. You want to left and right and stroke it into the tooth of that canvas. Okay, you don't want this too thick. That's quite thick. So I've gone up there once, I'm brushing it. Hear that tearing? It's tearing into the tooth. I love that sound. Now I'm going down the canvas and I've really got that paint down lower to the canvas. It's not a big thick sheet of paint on there. It's got some thickness to it, but it's not very thick. Now we're going to come to the sky colours. Pick your sky if it's going to be warm or cool. Now I love cerulean blue for my blues. The colours you use. You got your white for your clouds. You got your blue colour, whatever blue colour you want. Practice whatever blue works for you. I'm loving cerulean blue. I've got some grey for the clouds and I've got some quinacridone magenta. Okay, that's just to add pollution in the sky if you want it. So let's get some dollops of these here. And this is going to be a great video for those people who didn't realise, my God, a realistic sky is so easy to do. And just to repeat, that tube is empty. So we're just going to grab our sky colours now. Now, none of this colour that I'm putting on now retarder in it. That was the only paint that had retarder in it. So I've got my blue. I've got some grey for the clouds if I want some grey there. Now you practice what you want. If you want pollution, you just wanted a beautiful daytime sky colour, or you want some real aspects in there. And I'm going to get some of this quinacridone magenta, not too much of that. And I'll get some white. This is going to be the clouds, this white. So we got that all over the palette there. All right. Now, this brush here, you've just finished doing that on the canvas. You can just wipe that. Or if you want to go to the trouble of washing it, you may, but you just wipe it, because the blue you put on there now, see how I've wiped that? It's still got a bit of white paint in it, but the blue you put on now is going to be polluted with that anyway. So that's why I didn't have to wash it. And I don't want to put water in this and ruin the paint going onto that white retarded craft paint. Now look how much I've got on my brush there. I've got about that much of a blob on. And see, it's only on that part of the brush. It's not all over it and thick like that white paint was, okay? So we'll bring this over here. I'll start with the top of the sky. I normally start with the top. I'll just turn this outer light out, see if that helps. And I'm just going to start at the top of the painting, get it on there, and now start bringing it down to the horizon line, wherever your horizon line might be. Okay? I'm just going to make this one big sky, because I want beginners to be able to do a sky like this, and it's just a matter of practicing everything I'm teaching in this video. Right, everything's on there. See, it's like a baby blue. It's not cartoony deep blue. Now let's stroke that. See, it's not that thick, that paint. It's a thin layer, and it's lightening up as you get down to the bottom. So we'll make that bottom the horizon line. And I'm just going up again just to finesse that. That's all blended. The tip of this brush has, see how there's no paint on the tip? That's what's doing all that blending of that colour. Earlier videos I used to put it on and grab another brush and blend all that colour. That's the beauty of this brush. You're using the tip of it to, see, nothing's coming on my hand there, but if I tilt the brush where the paint is, then it will come on. That's what I'm doing on the canvas. Then I'm using the tip to push it. Okay? There's nothing there. Nothing there. Now, quinacridone magenta, you can normally have that down on the horizon line. So let's get a little bit of that. Look at that. I've used bugger all there. Then we'll put some of that in our leftover blue. Okay. Now, I've got it on that side of the brush, but nothing on this side. So I want to get it on both sides, because I'm going to be going like that on the board. So I don't want it on one side and not on the other, and it's not getting it exactly. Now keep adding this until you're happy with that polluted sky colour. Get it on there, get it on there, get it on there. Now let's add a little bit of grey with that, okay? Both sides and do the same thing. This is just going to be that polluted colour down the bottom of the horizon line, okay? Let me have a look at that for a minute. There we go. So I'm going to make this area here the horizon line. So I'll get that and start bringing it into the painting. You don't want this too high up, okay? About there. I'm pushing it on. Now I'm going to use the tip of the brush, get that neat line distorted so it's more naturalised and nature looking. It's not a neat line in the sky. Now you can paint a sky like this. You absolutely can. Now I can see a bit of a white band there. I'm just going to try and distort that with some of this. You can always have a bit of warmth in the middle of your sky there if you want. Just something flavouring it up like that. Now this sky is still wet. This is acrylic paint, but it's still wet. I don't need this brush anymore. That brush is finished. The retard is finished. The rest of the job now is going to be with the fan brushes, putting the clouds on and blending it. Now we need our blending brush, okay? So we've got this one here. I'm going to show you. I'll pick this one. Now let's get a cloud on here. This brush is bone dry. It hasn't been dipped in water. And I'm going to chisel that onto the brush and then push it in there. So I've got a reasonable glunk into that paint I can get on there. Now, watch how you stamp a footprint of a cloud on there. Don't do these sort of lines like this everywhere and then just blend them down and you've got all these weird lines like that. A cloud doesn't look like that, okay? Learn how to stamp a footprint on the cloud, of a cloud. Now, normally down here, you have little ones, so we can put a few little ones here. Now, let's just say the bottom of this is your horizon line. I like to keep everything in cahoots with the horizon line, meaning the horizon line's laying level that way. I want everything within the painting laying level with the horizon line that way. That's why I call it keep it in cahoots with the horizon line. So simple bottom clouds are like this. You can normally give them a bit of a tail. Okay, I want to turn this around. I feel it's not going the way I want it. I want a bit of bubbleness in the middle there. Dance it around, let it dig into that paint, it's okay. Something like that. Boom, I'll come a bit wider there. There we go. A simple cloud on the horizon line. Now with these brushes, you need a rag, a cloth, something to wipe the build up. I'll get over there. I'm hoping you can see that okay. Now on these horizon clouds, you go from about halfway and blend down to the horizon line, all the way down, okay? So I've got that brush on there. It's on there, hitting it. Now I'm moving it a bit, different pressures. I'm looking, seeing what's happening. Okay, I can see the smear and blurringness happening. I'll smudge it out here. It's kind of pulling, but I'm whispering it around like that at the same time. That's beautiful and soft. That's what I want on the horizon. Now I want to start bringing it down to the horizon. So I'm just manipulating it left, right, like that. And all this is happening in a fast way, but I'm doing it slow to show you, okay? You want these clouds down to the horizon line. There's one there. Now see this, I can see this tail. If anything, that tail is kind of going downhill. It's important to keep that level. So I'll try and level him up a bit. There we go. Level him up a bit. Now see what's built up on that brush? That's what you've got to wipe off straight away. Now, that brush is dirty. You don't want to pick up new paint in that. So what I do, I'll wash it in one tub. And while I'm washing it, I'll pull it up the side of the wall. Then I've got another one there, I'll rinse it. Then I'll squeeze it in the middle of a towel, like so. and that's ready to stamp on another cloud. So we'll quickly do these bottom ones. Gee, so much for doing that video. We'll do something about here. This one can be a bit different. It's in the middle, it's a bit big, but it's still going to be an horizon cloud. It's going to be lineal, like long, and I'm going to put a tail on it there like that. Boom, I'll put that in the water. Now, I've left some of this so I can blend it and get some different values there. So this is going to blend out there. Same principle. I pulled that the way I did there. Same principle. It's your sky, you make it the way you want. Now I want to blend this down, and you're going to get some brighter white and duller white mixing with that polluted area in the sky like so. It's good to have, see this, not so much and a lot there and a lot of mist there. It's good to get that happening within your bottom clouds, because I want to make these clouds look like they're coming over your head. Okay, so I'm twisting this around just a buggery now, just twisting that up so it's not going to be a line like I've seen people do, and you've obviously seen yourself or other people do. And I want to show you that it can be done just by, see, now I'm using the corner of this brush. This brush is from the hardware store. You can message me on Facebook if you want these exact brushes. Okay, that's done. Now you grab white again, and you can just quickly put something vibrant, watch this, right in front of that. Right in front of that, all the way along here. And let's just say maybe something here. Something a bit fat and it's shorter, okay? Now that, you don't touch the top of it. Leave the leave the top and get your brush. Take your time, there's no rush. Pull it and pull the bottom of that cloud straight down to the horizon line, because these are on the horizon. These are way out in the distance. That one's done. It could be a bit longer out there. And the same with this one, okay? This video is solely for those people who want to paint skies the way I paint them. So many artists have different ways of painting, but if you like to follow some certain way, and like you want to follow my way, this is the video for you. They're the horizon clouds. Simple. Now we've got to get the clouds up here coming over our head, and the way to do that is pretty much reverse of what we've done there. You're putting the cloud on, but you're going to be blending the top away, not the bottom away, okay? On those clouds that I just put on, I've blended the bottom away. So I'm just grabbing some more titanium white. I've still got a good window here to paint this because it's still wet. That retarder's keeping it wet. Now normally, I start with a V, you come out, you'll get used to habits. So from about, not this low, maybe about here, there's our sky footprint. So from about here, I want to create the bum. So I'm going to let the brush make nature's clouds. That's how all clouds are different. They just happen the way they do. This brush is going to make it. I'm deliberately keeping the bottom of this in cahoots with the horizon line like I did here, but it might be crooked, but it's still going to be level. And I'm going to come along, and then I'm coming up some more. This bit here is in cahoots with the horizon line. We're coming out, try and create fatter bits like this, and it's going to come over my head. Now don't get caught doing too much, and then you've got a massive amount to blend. Leave yourself enough to blend. Now I'm going to get the edge of this brush and put it down and get the bottom there. I call them the bums. You want these ones have a bum on them, okay? There's a bum there, and maybe a bum here somewhere like that. So easy, right? You can paint these exact clouds if you want to follow this video. There's the bums. Now watch, see the tops? I've got blue and white. I want to create that so it happened like down here. I'm going to get this and create turmoil. I'm not just blending it like this. That's how you get a flat curtain of clouds on your sky. You don't want it like that. You want some blue lights. But see the top? You want to blend that to nothing now and let them go up into mist and smoke and into nothing. but still keeping everything in cahoots with the horizon line. That's the secret to keep them level in your painting. See, this is coming out here. In real life, I've got cloud coming out here. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up or not. There's that cloud there. That's only half that cloud done. When we add the yumminess and the bullshit, that's what brings it home. Okay, well, that's that soft brush I left in there. I'm picking up more white. Now you want something mainly over here as well. And get rid of that lump. We'll start here. This is the bum of this one. Boom, boom, there. He's coming right out over our head, twist it around. Get it up there, something that can come over our head. Boom, like that. Now here's another bum again. They are what gives the illusion that these are coming over your head. So I'm just going to, look at that. I'm just keeping it in cahoots with the horizon line. Get a bum there. There's a bit of a bum there. You do the bums first. That'll do. Now I've got the corner of the brush, I'm on there. I'm just twisting, making turmoil, looking at it as I go. Little looks under there. You can't see me looking at it, but I'm looking. Now the top, I'm getting rid of any hard line. I want these blending and misting up into the sky there. I've done a few cloud videos, but some of them I've developed my work as time progressed from when I've done those clouds. There we go. Getting some clouds. See how easy that is. You can do that, I'm guarantee you. If you were standing next to me, I can have you painting this. It's just trying to get that portrayed from a video to you in your lounge room, wherever you may be. Now you can even have some gap fillers in here. Here's something here. Let's just put something there. Look at this. I'm not thinking, I'm just, oh, there we go. Look at that. Just a stupid flick even. Sometimes clouds have that, don't they? Now here we go. Everything's in cahoots. See how the sky's looking okay? We've got some clouds don't look like they're going downhill. It's important to keep everything in cahoots with the horizon line. Blending, look at it, turmoil, twist it. This here can go into oblivion there, all the way there. This is a very easy sky. Now we've got grey on the palette there. We're going to incorporate some of that and you'll see what that does, because I want you to be able to paint a realistic sky. There's wind up there sweeping these clouds around. This is acrylic paint, it's not oil. Oil painting can be a lot easier in a sky compared to acrylic. We can probably put gap fillers there, boom, 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 something there like that. I'll get the rest of that paint if I can. And maybe something just on here. Something I can give over the head look. That'll do it. Too easy. Let's go up the top there a bit and we'll show this. Look at these clouds. These are little gap fillers. They can be just any old way. Just do a bit at a time. Sometimes your brush makes a movement in the cloud you didn't realise you were doing, but you'll take it and you'll own it. Look at that. That's an easy cloud, isn't it? Look at this. It's stamped on, but watch how easy it is to make nature's clouds. Boom. And this side here. I'll come around here. Maybe there so you can see. We'll get some of this all over there. Twist, turmoil. Now some of you might look at this sky and think, wow, that's a great sky. Hang on a minute, we're not even finished, we're only halfway there. That's all right. But now we're going to add the bullshit and dimension. If it's your first time here watching my videos and you hear me say that word, it's not a rude word because I'm saying it softly and politely. And a lot of people know what bullshit effect is. When someone looks at your painting and instead of them going, oh wow, I like that, the bullshit effect makes them take a step back and they go, bullshit, did you paint that? It's unbelievable. It's a massive, massive wow when you're adding bullshit to your paintings, okay? And you can all do it. Now down here, we've got the grey. I've got that smaller fan brush. I just want to grab some grey. You can probably grab a bit of blue in it if you want, just to find that flavour. Look at your clouds. There is grey in there, but sometimes you see that bluey red. We'll put a little bit of that in there, don't tell anybody. Now, this will add the second dimension. Don't have to do it to all of them. Let's pick on this one here. Let's give him some weather. So you come across the bottom of the cloud, okay, right across the bottom and a bit up there. This is just this one cloud we're picking on at the moment, just to show you what this does. Now with these brushes, you get a 2-inch and a 1.5 inch. So you can use the 1.5 inch for this procedure, but I'll use this one here. So now I want to bring that grey, using just the corner of that brush, work it out slowly. There's no rush. There's no rush. Keep the bottom, but bring the top up. Okay, we got some weather in that cloud. That was too easy. Now we'll pick on some other clouds. Which ones are sizable? You mainly want this stuff at the bottom when you're beginning and learning. So we've got some there and maybe a bit in here. Spider it up there. See how I've just done it willy-nilly? It's created all these bits there. Leave the bottom and stamp it on. You're just merging that into the white, but naturally like a cloud would look. There's that bit. And this bit over here. Okay. How's that looking? I might have to do some in this one here because this one's quite a heavy looking cloud. So we'll get some weather up there, maybe a little bit in there and some here. Spider it up, that's it. This bottom one, we're going to get the paintbrush on his edge and just blend that into there so it looks like it's got weather in the cloud. I call it weather. It's probably got a proper name for it, but you can understand what I mean when I say I'm putting weather in the cloud. The grey colour there, look at that. And I really want you to know these clouds are very easy to do once you know how to do them. That's it. Now we add the yumminess. Okay, the yumminess is grabbing that same fan brush, give it a good wash and a wipe. Make sure all that grey's out of it because you want beautiful, vibrant white. Has that still got grey in it? Yes, it has. I've got to wash it a bit more. Okay, so back down here. Now we're just going to add the yumminess. So I'm just chiseling it onto that brush now. I'm not leaving big bobs on there like when I was stamping the footprint on the cloud on. I want the yumminess chiseled on so I can control, put these bits of yumminess like that. Okay, now where that grey is, look at your clouds. You got white misty bits here and you got the grey bits. So let's start down here. You can grab some yumminess. I call this yumminess. I've been calling it yumminess for years. Now with the yumminess, you just sit it down. So it's still got the vibrancy of it there, the luster of the light, but it's, you got rid of the hard edges and you're just squashing it down within that cloud, okay? And this is how easy it is in some of that there to do acrylic clouds. You're giving them 3D dimensional look. They look like they're coming at you and going over your head. Well, I hope they look like that. If they don't, I'm in trouble. There we go. See, look at that cloud. Hopefully my light's picking that up. And we're going to quickly do the same for here. We'll put a bit of yumminess there. Just find out where the light's hitting. Maybe in this one there. Well. And then just lightly sit it down, but don't wash it all the way into the cloud. Leave a lot of the luster there, the vibrancy. Okay. Turn your brush all the time. getting nature's intentions onto your canvas there. Sometimes big chunky glares like there, they look all right. Because every cloud is unique like a fingerprint. And then see the white glare up here? We've probably just got a bit here. I'm just going to do it for the sake of the video. Where the glare is, get some yumminess in there. Use the corner of your brush, whatever. Boom-bitty boom. That's it. And we're going to sit that down, the yumminess within that. And it's just adding that third dimension. So it looks like it's coming at you. Twist it. That is how you do a simple, easy sky, but you can make it look real. I don't know, the sky's full of the moon during the day sometimes. You can even put a moon in there. Normally, now when you're putting a landmass here, some green trees and that there looks distant, deep and far away. Okay. Let me just dry this corner here, just to show you, just here. Hope that'll do it. Oh, it might or it might not hurt. I'll come over here and cut this out smaller. G'day, Bernard. Bernard's waiting for some treat. Normally I'm in bed with him this time of the night. Grab your white and your finger. I've got a little moon cut out. I'm just going to put a simple moon, but realistic in the sky. Grab your preferred finger, get some paint on your finger, and then wipe it off, okay? And I'll just do a simple pass here with this one, because the paint's still a little bit wet. I want to get just this half of the moon done. Oh, and why I'm using my finger is because I discovered it's better than a foam. You can get sort of the moon features, sort of craters there, and then just touch it up with a little bit of, oh, that's a bit too bright. I didn't want it that bloody bright, you dag. Mix it with the blue, that's all right. Just use another finger to blend it back. And now I just want a little bit of luster over here somewhere. That'll do it. That's it. Now I've got to move, not move, but because the paint wasn't dried properly, I've spoilt it here, but I haven't really. I'll just quickly blend them into some clouds. There we go. Yeah, I kind of did spoil it, but I've got to come out here to get rid of this paint. That's because I've dried it there with the dryer and it's not wet anymore. So that's why you need your sky wet. That's still all right. It still looks sky type. Yeah, I've just put a bit on that brush and blended it. Right, now you could add the moon, you don't have to, but I'm just showing it's a feature there you can put in a simple sky to have a realistic looking sky. Now, that you can do with this putter on a brush, okay? A blending brush like this, it's perfect for blending clouds the way I do it. Just your appropriate fan brush to stamp the footprint of the cloud on there, and your craft paint and your retarder for the underneath. You need that to keep it wet so it gets all this misty look about it. You've seen what happened here when I dried it for the moon. It didn't quite move the way it needed to or should have done, the way I do a sky. Now this is the way I do my skies. Every artist out there is different. If you want to blend and paint skies the way I do, this tutorial's for you. If you want to paint like Joe Blow down the road, or in England there, or in America there, or whoever you're following, you want to paint their way, follow their way and master it. Because that's the whole idea about becoming great at something, is you master it. Don't just practice it and hope you can do a cloud. Practice it and do a cloud and master them. And you'll just be doing some crazy looking clouds. I'm seeing some within my group and it's great stuff. There's different clouds to down here, but you can see what I've achieved just with simple knowledge of knowing how to use a brush from the hardware store, okay? All right, I hope this has been very informative for a lot of you out there. I'm sorry I couldn't chat to you within the chat there. Check out the links in the description below if you're watching the replay. Become a member of my art group. There are some questions you need to answer. And even if you say you saw on YouTube, that way we know you're not a robot or just willy-nilly wanting to get into the group, because it is a closed group and everyone is proud of what they do in there, and we don't want any riffraff in there, okay? Simple rules to follow within there. And you message me on Facebook if you want to get your hands on any brush like this. All right, and check out the links in the description below. There's about half a dozen there to knock your socks off and learn what they're all about as well. I hope you like this, and I hope it helps a lot of you beginners out. A beginner can do a sky like that. You just need to know the fundamentals and need to know how to get all your planets lined up for it to work, okay? And if you like what I'm doing, you make sure you tell your friends. If you don't like what I'm doing, unfortunately, you tell everybody, okay? All the best, goodbye, good luck, and good on you.